what I know about the place is that I suppose kind of pick that we're among the first people to actually make the journey. So
So is the entire east coast of Australia basically like a graveyard at this point? Is there some reason no one's been out there before?
Sounds
something
like it.
something happened to the first. Maybe somebody's been there, but something happened. So it's gonna be like ripe for us to come in when we arrive. This is something I found out, which made me really interested in the journey.
Well, I would say the only
Which is the only thing that could actually make sense why no one wants to kill me yet.
There's literally no one there.
I
How
almost
about-
spit my drink out. It would have been bad, man, looking right at the camera while I was doing it.
is there something along the lines of would you say that the east coast of Australia, sorry, the west coast of Australia is the only one that actually has like an ocean on it?
Yeah, you could probably make the case that for some reason, I mean, we're short on water. If there's literally no water on that side of the country,
Well, I was thinking more like trade or whatever, but like coastal cities tend to flourish a lot more, and after that area dried up, there wouldn't be a lot of coastal trade, if any, and that's why it was abandoned for the most part for the southern, northern, and western regions.
Good. What about Pacific Rim, like volcanic eruptions, basically isolated the oceans. You can't travel by boat anymore or something. I'll leave it to Arthur.
I'll work something out.
Yeah.
I'm sure. Okay, so I think we're gonna come in and it's Gaza. He's on his gyrocopter. He's got his new. Did you actually give him the grenade launcher, Sherman?
I don't think I had an opportunity to meet up
Do
with
we
him.
want to like have that have happened during like the downtime, like the in between?
Yeah, we can do.
Okay, so I think we come in with like the side shot of Gaza with like the grenade launcher held overhead. He's got the stick. He's flying his gyrocopter, and then we keep zooming the camera out. And as we do, there's like a trail of dead dingoes in his path. All of them seem to have been exploded. And
Little craters everywhere.
yeah, we're crossing. Man, I'm so out of focus right now. There's like the plains, the orange dust everywhere, the sand that has just like permeated this region of Australia. The Badlands cracks that were around Wells have kind of sealed themselves up out here. It's just kind of a wavy, hilly, flat expanse of sand dunes of this crummy orange soil. And in the distance, we can see that there's like a cloud of dust rising up, rooster tailing behind something. And as the camera like zooms forward, we see two men riding motorcycles and a 1968 Shelby just cutting across the desert, off-roading, and the Shelby's like rattling around doing all the off-roading. It has like enormous futuristic high-tech tires that are just letting it like jump sand dunes and shit. All of these guys have like rifles strapped to them, maybe a couple grenades, and they all have white powdered wigs, like British judge wigs, that go all the way down their back where there's a shark's fin on the back of them.
Okay.
All right, so Gaza, you found the Great Whites. What do you want to do?
I guess I'll head back to base.
Okay, yeah,
Head
you're
back to
turning
the
around.
Bilby. Yeah.
Okay, after a short time, you make your way back to the Bilby. Who's there?
The Bilby is your truck, I assume. Is that
yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, the big Bilby.
Yeah. There's another question. Where did you leave the Bilby? I mean, did you like bring the truck out here, or did you literally leave it all the way back in Wells?
I would have brought the truck with me. I mean, the
Okay.
gyro can't fly
You're
very
scouting,
far.
right? Probably, right?
With that, like, I mean, it can go pretty far, but it's better if it like comes back. It has this problem where, like, if you fly too much on it, it just sort of like
Crashes.
no, not so much crashes. It just it's just kind of like, what did I select for it? I don't think I selected thirsty. Okay, no, I didn't pick anything. Okay, it's fine. Yeah, and I just don't like flying it too far away from base. I mean, like, there's not a lot I can do for it if it breaks down in the middle of nowhere. So
Okay.
So I think I would be with the Bilby. I wanted to talk to the person who gave me the job to repair the water purifier before we headed off.
Visage?
The Visage, is that the name of the person who gave me the job?
Visage is the guy who you met at the water purifier. Who you were trying to convince to piss in the
Yeah.
water.
I did successfully convince him to piss in the water, but someone else hired me, I think, right?
It was a princess.
I think it was Mimi.
It was Mimi that told us that the hype. You know,
Oh, I thought she was
needed to-
working for someone.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
does. She works for the person who runs the place. Her name
Okay.
is Princess.
Okay, so am I working for
Yeah.
Princess or Mimi?
It's like working for the same person.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
we are
Princess
princess.
is Mimi's boss, and yeah, you owe Princess 10 barter.
We owe
before
her
you
10
can
barter, and I've been hired to repair this for an additional 1 barter. Is that correct? And I've discovered that a part has been stolen, specifically by the
Yeah, the hyperflux capacitor.
the hyperflux capacitor, of course, one of those. Yeah, so I need to either retrieve it or I need to pay 1 barter in order to get a new one. Is that right?
I don't know that you can pay 1 barter to get a new one.
Okay.
You could make a new one because you're a dude who can make things. But
Yep. Okay.
do you want to have like a flashback scene with Mimi?
Yeah, if you don't mind, because
Okay.
I have a feel.
Yeah, so as the helicopter's landing and maybe Liz comes out there to like wave it down, the camera turns inside where Sherman's next to the short range radio and maybe working on something inside the Bilby. And then the screen gets the Instagram black and white filter as we go into the past. Mimi, of course, is still wearing her headless sledgehammer. And I think it's probably when you're like packing the Bilby up to go.
Yep.
To leave here. And she's just like,
I'm just.
what do you want, Sherman?
Yeah, so that job you hired me for. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I was just mesmerized by your
Shut the
thing
fuck up.
going on. Yeah, so that thing you hired me for. So we got a problem here. It turns out that you hired me to repair that shit, and I can fix damn near anything. But what I can't do is replace stolen parts.
She
Someone
just
went
rolls
in
her
and
eyes.
specifically.
Not my problem, Sherman.
Yeah, it is going to be your problem because I'm pretty sure I'm the only person in this entire hovel that can repair the damn thing. And I don't work for free. I do labor. I don't do parts. So we're going to have to negotiate a new deal, or that thing's going to get stay broke. And
When
you're going
you
to
say
need to
that, when you say that you need to negotiate a new deal,
yeah.
she like grips the sledgehammer, and just her knuckles start whitening on it, and she's like, "You trying to alter the deal, Sherman?"
Oh, not at all. These are unexpected expenses that crop up.
Sherman Williams, didn't your mama teach you better?
I am more than happy to fix it if you provide the parts necessary. However, I'm pretty sure that you do not have a hyperflux capacitor, and as it happens, nor do I.
She just rolls her eyes and says, "Where's Henrik? I want to talk to him. He's got a good head on his shoulders. I need someone who's responsible."
Henrik's over there. He is massaging something he found on the road.
I like how you're just giving him backstory now. Awesome. Henrik,
over
what
at
is it that
Henrik.
you're massaging here in the past?
What I was in black and white. I have like a wallaby that was
I think you're more
that
likely
was-
to find kangaroos than wallabies, but
I don't know. I mean, I was there for like a month and I never saw a single kangaroo. I think you guys lying about the whole thing.
where the fuck did you go? You're everywhere.
I traveled like thousands of miles. I'm not even lying.
Never seen a kangaroo.
I didn't see a single kangaroo.
Can't get rid of a man.
Only the apocalypse.
Yeah, I'm just
Sentient kangaroos. Yeah. Fuck.
I'm just trying to massage it back into place before I start the. You know, it's got some broken limbs. It got hit by something. It was on the road. But yeah, I have to massage like the muscles back into place so I can like pop the shoulder joints back in before I like.
No one's
you know.
told him it died like 2 days ago.
And I'm like, there, little one, all straight. Okay, now this one, ready?
So she kind of tucks some hair behind her ear while she looks over at Henrik, and she's like, "Damn it, Henrik! Damn it! That's a dead wallaby." All right, Sherman. You want to negotiate? Let's hear it. And can you roll your hot? Because it sounds like you're trying to get her to give you money.
Specifically manipulate, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I put this in Skype chat last week. I got the Hocus Charismatic, which lets me roll weird for manipulate.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna be rolling that.
I just opened
So
the,
how
like,
do you manipulate someone with weird? Like, I imagine it's something along the lines of like, you're like,
Just remember, it seems like she's into that stuff. So.
It's true. So I succeed partially.
Yeah. So let's look at the consequences of not succeeding fully.
Mm-hmm.
Gaza walks past saying something like, "May you
On
lose, bitch."
7 to 9. They need some concrete assurance right now. Okay. She's like, all right, Sherman Williams, you son of a bitch. You want to renegotiate the deal?
I do indeed.
Well, you don't have to hold a thermal detonator to my head to get this done. I'll tell you what, if you leave some collateral here to prove that you and your band are coming back, yeah, I'll get you the extra barter. I'm putting in a good word with Princess.
That sounds fantastic. Henrik, why don't you stay
Yes.
here and keep the woman company?
I'm opening like one of the windows and like shoving the wallaby out. Like, sorry, buddy, too late for you. I'm like wiping my hands. I'm like, stay here. You don't need my help.
The lady needs some company, some payment for services rendered.
She's just like rolls her head and she's like, well, I suppose that if I was looking for some way to keep you from leaving without Henrik, having Henrik here would be the best way to do it. You're not going to leave without him, are you?
Absolutely not. That little ball of crazy, that little wonderful guy is just too entertaining.
Henrik, are you okay with being left behind?
I am actually going to make it easier for him by trying to manipulate him into being the collateral.
Do you want to aid or interfere with this role, Henrik?
No, I think I'll let the dice roll it. I don't know. I think Henrik would be like right on the edge too, because he'd be like, "Well, wait, like I'm not coming with you, but I mean, sure, sit here and bang this chick, but I have to do it outside in the dirt because I mean, you guys are taking the truck." And
so I just want to make a reference. If you're living on the edge here, that's always where you yearn to be, right? On the Skyway to the danger area.
Yeah.
Sorry, the dangerous area.
Dangerous area.
Go ahead and roll your seduce and manipulate on Henrik.
All right. I feel like this is manipulation more than anything. Would
Sure.
you agree with that?
Yeah. I would.
No, I think it's seducing. You specifically have to seduce Henrik to not come with you.
They literally
Like,
start playing
baby.
"Take My Breath Away" on the
You know,
radio
you gotta
behind
be,
you.
you gotta be like, baby.
She
when I
could
think
try to
about
seduce
you,
me.
Yeah, I'm trying.
I
I'm
want some
basically trying
time
to
between
convince him to
us
take one for the
to make
team.
our love stronger.
It's up to Arthur, really. I mean, this can go either
No,
way.
you roll manipulate. Go ahead.
All right. All right.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's really bad.
I succeed partially with the manipulation.
Yeah.
Which means, since I'm using it on a PC, I get to choose one. Is that correct? Either they do it and gain experience, or they don't do it and take some harm, I think.
It's acting under fire.
And it's acting under fire?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So which one do you want to pick there? Sherman Williams.
Oh, is it my choice or his?
It's your choice.
Oh,
If they do it, they
would
mark
like,
XP, which would be.
I would
Hey,
like
come
to
on,
give
man.
him the option of gaining XP for accepting this manipulation.
Okay.
So how many times
Yeah,
have you leveled
so-
up already now? Is that 3 times now?
This is XP for Henrik. Cool your jets, bro.
Yeah. And I'm like,
Do you accept, Henrik?
yeah, I'll accept. And I'll just be like, all right, Sherman, all right. You just take care of the boys while you're out. You know, make sure everything goes smooth, okay?
Half of us are females.
The gang.
The gang.
Henrik.
Oh.
Mimi immediately begins leading you away to her.
Does she put a collar on him?
No.
like-
But she just like grabs your hand and starts dragging you away from the dead wallaby.
Okay.
And yeah, like you start heading toward her house, which has air conditioning. Very nice thing to have in
All
this
right.
day and age.
I'm like,
Is it like, I imagine it's one of those super loud air conditioners.
It's actually future space air conditioning.
and then I'm like, by the way, I was like, you know, doing my weird shit, and I think our friend who got kidnapped probably had his balls chopped off or something.
Oh, by the way,
Who are you
Henry,
saying
Not
that
sure if
to?
it's relevant.
Who are
I'm saying
you-
it as I'm walking off to Sherman.
I seem to have lost my shotgun. Can I borrow your gun?
Like, sure, and I give him the silenced 9mm pistol.
Okay, mark down that you no longer have that item.
I'm writing
good.
down. I'm not deleting it yet. I'm writing borrowed by Sherman.
Oh, okay. We'll see
I'll
how long
delete
that
it later
lasts.
when you tell me to delete it.
We'll see how long that lasts. Yeah. Liz, I think we're gonna come back on you when Gaza is landing. What are you doing when he's landing his helicopter?
Manning the machine gun on the top of the truck,
The build
Shoot.
Yeah.
shooting the dingoes that get away from the blasts.
Yeah, there's like packs of wild.
Well, I got a
dingoes in
limper
here.
over here.
And then spray of fire takes them out.
I feel like this is a Borderlands moment. Like, I definitely see this happening. Yeah. All right. So, Gazi, you've landed. Liz, you're shooting stuff. Sherman, you're there as well. Henrik, you're not. What do you guys want to do?
I guess I push the Mozzie back into the Bilby and I say, all right, gather around, take a knee. Yeah, very good. So those white tipped fucks are coming down the old speedway up there. So I figured we should just go meet him head on and give him talk to him. You know, have a bit of the old discussion on the fence. What do you reckon?
You mean go and shoot the fuck out of them? And
Well, I figured we would actually ask where that dude is, and you know, Charmaine over there wanted to get a what was it called, a whatchamacallit or something? I don't
Hyperflux
know.
capacitor, you troglodyte.
that sounds boring, but okay.
Yeah, well, I mean, if they give us any guff, you're free to shoot their mouths off if you want, hun.
Okay, that sounds more interesting.
Yes. All right. So I guess I sort of like pack it all up. And the thing with the Bilby, the reason why it's so secure armor-wise is because, like, it does have like a loading area, but the fact is that it's 4 doors deep.
Okay.
And the top of it doesn't open either. So in order to get the mozzie out, I need to stop the truck and wheel it out. If that makes any sense.
Yep.
So it's not like a thing that opens up when I fly out.
Yeah,
of it.
yeah, I
It's
got
like
it. You have to pull it off the back, like
I have to pull
unloading
it
a
off the back.
helicopter from a transport aircraft.
Yeah, sort of thing. Except, the Mozzie's sort of really small and it just has like 3 wheels. I just sort of wheel it in and out and whatever. Yeah, I guess I put Liz up in the nest on the top of the bilby. I guess Sherman, you're welcome to sit wherever you like.
I'm currently in the back of the truck looking at this silenced 9mm. I'm wondering what I can do to make it better.
Well, here's the thing: when the bilby's moving, it shakes like a bitch. So
I'm not like actually taking it apart right now per se.
Okay.
But I'm tinkering with it and I'm looking at it, seeing kind of how it was designed.
So, are you using your workspace move?
I'll use my workspace move to see if there's something I can do to improve this weapon.
You're dedicating yourself to making a thing, and the thing you're making is a better weapon.
Yes.
In what way are you making it better?
So can I add like a scope to the top of the weapon to give it the far quality?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would like to set myself to doing that, and then I will choose whether or not I continue through with it, depending on what you decide for what that will require.
Sure, no problem. First, you'll have to get
a scope.
A scope.
Fair enough. Which is probably going to be impossible out in the current wilderness. So this.
That dingo had one. Just go pick it up, man.
That's fair. Can I make a scope out of the ocular cavities of dead dingoes? Or no. Okay.
That's why we're
you can make
shooting
a
all these
scope
dingoes.
frame. You just you would need some sort of focusing crystal or a lens of some kind.
I don't want to turn it into a lightsaber, Arthur. I just want it to be able to
I
shoot
was
far.
literally about to make that joke. So good job.
Okay, so I need a scope, specifically a scope.
Yeah.
And that's it?
Yep. That's all you need to scope this thing up.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not going to make every single one hard. It's just when you want to make a sledgehammer into a grenade launcher, it's going to be a
apparently
little...
he did that perfectly, so,
Perfectly?
Okay.
He shot himself in the balls.
It worked.
It did actually... Well, the grenade launcher worked perfectly fine. The test run went a little sideways.
I enjoyed it thoroughly.
Yeah. Okay, so I have... once I acquire a scope, I will set myself to doing this.
Sure.
Okay.
Awesome. What do you guys want to do now?
I guess we drive off to meet these great whites halfway.
Okay. So you're like moving on an intercept course with them?
Pretty much, yeah.
All right. So I think that we get like an overhead view of like the clouds of dust rising from the two groups as they like converge together. And then we cut back to an overhead of wells and the horrible reflections coming off of the, aluminum and tin roofs with the sun beating down on them. And then it zooms in really quick through the roof. And Henrik, you're sitting down at a table with tablecloth on it and silverware made out of real silver. There's a candle, and it smells nice. There's like roast sheep, and Mimi's making you dinner. Yeah, it's delicious. It's so good.
Damn, I got it fucking sweet back here.
Mimi's just looking over at you, and she says, "Now listen, Henrik. I know that you've been running with those boys, but you don't have to do that no more. Especially not that bitch Liz, or that jackass Gaza, or that dumbass Sherman, who doesn't know nothing. You can stay here with me."
Tie you up to my bed. Feed
I
you
am not
once a
going to
day.
reply without like checking over my moves and shit.
You're like, first, I want to make sure I know what I can do before I do it.
Yeah. Okay, I need to level up and get more of my epic brainer moves. That's what I need to do.
Yeah, I should have sized up the situation when I was in the mosquito, shouldn't I?
I'm gonna like read this situation here.
Okay.
Because I'm
Is
like,
it a
she seems a little
charge
forward.
situation?
Okay.
Yeah, she's in heat.
Why don't you
And
roll
then
plus
after
sharp?
that, I'll seize by force. No.
Roll plus sharp.
My sharp, which is actually not that bad.
It's actually terrible.
So, it's not a good roll.
Let's see here. Yeah. You try to read a sitch. Yeah, you're looking over at her, and she's just like, Henrik, answer me. Come on now.
I'm like, I'm a wanderer, babe. No one chains me down.
She's like, I'm not trying to chain you down with nothing but love. It's so hard to find out here in the Badlands. Wells is a beautiful place, and as long as you can deal with, Princess and the rest of those you'll be welcome here. You're not like those other men. And Liz, that horrible bitch.
Like, dealing with Princess is the only thing keeping me here right now, you know? You should be getting out of here as well. Do you realize what's happening right now? Everyone's traveling. There's land, fertile valleys, there's fresh water. I could never stay here.
She's just shaking you now from across the table. She's like, look around you. There's great land here. There's water. You don't have to go anywhere. This is a fool's journey. You're going to get to the Great Barrier Reef and you'll be dead. No one knows what's out there. Henrik, don't leave me.
I say, I'm just like, you shut your mouth! I know what's out there! And I'm going for it! I have seen! You don't understand!
Make me understand, Henrik. Make me understand why you leave what we have here for some pipe dream out east.
I'm like, look at you people sitting around pissing in your own water supply. Asking people for papers just to come in and try to do business or play some goddamn hockey ball or whatever it is.
She just looks at you. She's
People
like,
are
I have
ludicrous."
no idea what you're talking about. What are you, Henrik? Are you having a brain aneurysm?
I'm like, damn it, woman, get away from me! Like, I'll just like
she
shove her
pulls
away.
closer and
Like-
just starts petting her head.
Like a dog.
And she has to lean up to do it because she's only 4.5 feet tall.
All right. So she is working directly for Princess, and seems to be the actual
She's
you
the
know,
person who
work
gets
person.
stuff done.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna be like, what do you have for me besides living under the yoke of your princess?
She just looks sideways and she's like,
I'm like, you do all the work around here. What does she do but sit here and get fat on her ass off of all the
Well,
hard work you do every day?
that sounds like you're trying to manipulate her.
Yeah.
I was gonna make a
continue.
move, but then you
No,
were
no,
like,
no.
let me just back that up with a little bit more.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, and I continue and I'm like, I don't even know who lets her order everyone around. I don't see why you let her do that. And then to manipulate is hot. Ouch. Oh, damn.
Okay, you
Good roll.
can. They need concrete assurance right now. What is it you
okay.
want them to promise you first?
I want her to have a coup and overthrow the princess, and I'm going to promise my friends help.
Oh, shit. She's like,
Well, so much to go under the great.
she's like, she grabs your hand and pulls you close, and she's like, shh, quiet. Quiet, Henrik. Aren't you worried about Stanley? He's her head of security. Just, Stanley's... I think Princess might just be a figurehead. You know, I've known her since she was just the littlest of girls. But recently, Stanley's been given most of the orders. If you were to take out Stanley, you and your friends, I think maybe I could be the new princess. and you could be my prince. Henry.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
That's when we cut back over to Gaza, Liz, and Sherman. How does this Bilby? How does it like operate on this